Hey, what's up guys? I just purchased a new camera and I wanted to rig it out. And one of the items that I always wanted to buy is a camera monitor, especially when I'm filming myself, like this video right here, or when I'm filming other people, I just wanted a bigger screen. But I've never had a camera that had lots of mounting points, so I just never had a chance to buy a monitor. And so I got really curious. I really like using OLED monitors. As you see, every monitor I use is OLED monitors, and when I want to rig this camera, I want it to be lightweight and compact. So I looked up lightweight, compact OLED monitor. But one of the items that showed up is this guy. This is a Desview Blade 5 Pro. So I went ahead and purchased it, and it took about 2 weeks to get here from time of purchase. And I just got this in the mail, so I just want to do a quick video because I've never had a camera monitor and I have one right now. So let's get this unboxed and see if it's a good item. Alright, so it's gonna be a quick unboxing over here. Let's open this guy up. Okay. So it looks like we have, what is this? So we got Allen wrench with a screw. We got a screen cleaner. We got the manual. So this is like a hood for your monitor. Nice. Alright. And everything here is like magnetic. So it's easy to flip around. Alright, so here is the monitor, I assume. So it's pretty lightweight. You got HDMI in, USB-C, DC in, HDMI out, and this is the mounting point, and you got a headphone jack over here. There's a power on and F1, F2, F3. I don't know what those do yet, but we'll figure it out. So they also provide an HDMI cord. And lastly, you have the mounting bracket. I don't know what this is, and I guess we'll figure that out. So one of these things over here is so if you attach this to the back of the Desview, you could attach an NPF battery. So that's actually pretty sick, and let's see what else this thing can do. So before we jump into the actual test of the monitor, there's something I want to talk about because it took me a while to get set up. Since it already has pre-baked LUTs in, it only had like Arri, Blackmagic, Canon log, S-Log1, S-Log2, S-Log3, but it didn't have a C-Log2, so I actually had to put C-Log2 in here. It wasn't reading the USB stick that I put in because it only has USB-C, so I have a USB-A. You have to get an adapter. Not all of the USB works. A lot of people are saying like put a FAT32 in there, but when I put the FAT32, it wouldn't read it. So, and I tried 2 of them, so I didn't know what was going on. So I decided to put one of my bigger USB cards. This one's actually 64 gig, and it's formatted as NTSF, and for some reason, NTSF actually worked. So I don't know if that's a fluke or not, but I was able to load in the LUTs, and it looks great. But I just wanted to put that in here before I forget. But yeah, let's jump into the settings, and then we'll wrap this thing up. All right, so here is the settings of the Desview. So my camera, I turned off all the display. In Desview, I have these things turned on. So you got 3 buttons at the top. You got F1, F2, F3. F1 toggles your histogram, brightness, histogram RGB. F2 puts your auto meters in the left or the right. And we also already have a histogram, a waveform down over here on the right side. Everything is pretty much touchscreen. You got false color. You got your zebras. You got your histogram, where you want to put the histogram, left, right, top, or bottom. Single color. HDR. Or we'll go do our user LUT. There it is. So right now I'm using C-Log2 because that's where my camera's set up. You can put a center marker down here in the middle. You can mark a safe area. You can flip the screen upside down. And then the audio meters left and right. So, honestly, that's it. But, pretty sick. Alright, so let's wrap this video up. But before we wrap this video up, just remember This is a first impression video, and this is from somebody that's never used a camera monitor before. So just keep that in mind. So for me, camera monitor is super impressive because A, again, I've never used one, and B, this is going to be super helpful because the hardest part for me before filming is getting set up, getting the white balance, getting everything accurate, and this helps a lot because I can actually see it, not from a tiny screen of a camera. Just right there, that becomes extremely worth it for me. What I love about the monitor is that A, it's OLED, it's super bright, it has 1200 nits of brightness, which is impressive because OLEDs are typically super dark. It's extremely color accurate. It covers 100% of DCI-P3. So what that means is whatever you see in the monitor will be the most accurate colors. And so that's really helpful, especially when filming. Other than the hiccup of adding the LUTs, everything has been great so far. Another thing that I like is the flexibility that you can put an NPF battery in the back, and you can also power this up via a V-mount battery or USB-C. So being able to power this monitor via battery source is extremely helpful. We need to talk about the price because I am now noticing that this might be a little bit on the upper price point because I looked up 5.5-inch monitors out there and they range from $99 to $180, and this one's $260. So I still think it's worth it because of the super accurate colors, but that's me. And what I really love is it's sleek, it's compact. I really wanted to buy a 7-inch, but looking at 7-inch monitors online, it kind of scared me because they're so big and so bulky. But after seeing this guy right here, this one's 5.5 inches. It's literally smaller than your iPhone. Like, it's smaller than this guy. So if Desview made a Blade Pro 7, that would be an insta-buy for me. But yeah, that's just my thought. That's my opinions. If you want me to try any monitors out there, and if you have any recommendations, if you've tried a monitor that you really like, let me know because I'm most likely gonna go on a rabbit hole about camera monitors. And yeah, thank you guys for clicking this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.